Welcome to the Summer Step Up Challenge, where we are going to up your empowered eating game so you can take better care of your body this summer and feel awesome doing it. This is a 3-day challenge right here on the show, with 3 episodes dropping full of juicy homework and actionable takeaways. And my brand new course, The Empowered Eating Method, is on sale. You can save $100, sister, on this 12-week program that will teach you how to eat intuitively and reach your goal without obsessing over food. The sale only lasts through Sunday, so snag that offer by heading over to jessbrownrd.com, click on courses, and enter summer at checkout. Here's the best news. All who purchase now not only save that $100, but you will be invited to a special one-time live kickoff meeting with me to cheer you on and answer any questions. All right, let's step up your empowered eating game as we get ready for summer. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the last day of the Summer Step Up Challenge. I am so stoked you guys are here. This has been fun. We know summer is, 1, we've got long days, 2, schedules are crazy, and 3, it tends to expose a lot of like the diet culture hangups we may still have, some of the body image stuff, because the body bully comes out when we're trying on our swimsuits or putting on shorts. And I'm so glad you are here for day 3, because here we are stepping up your empowered eating game so that we can walk into the summer feeling stronger and empowered. And as for today, we are talking about nutrition hacks for expansive energy. So if you are ready to take your energy battery from like 10 units to 20 units, if you're ready to feel like you actually have energy to push past that 2 or 3 o'clock hour and finish the rest of the day with the same enthusiasm you started the day with, then I'm really glad you're here, because today is going to be a fun little bump in your energy. And I just know it's going to be great. So stick around for the next 15 minutes or so, and we will get you some deets on that. My friend, empowered eating can be summed up in this: biofeedback, values, and nutrition science. But we have to have all 3. For years, I was deep in nutrition science. I went to school, I got my undergrad and my master's degree in nutrition. And to be honest with you, sometimes this science piece is really, really helpful, but there's a line. And sometimes it became obsessive, which is why it's so important that this is only part of the equation. It's a very important part, don't get me wrong, but it is only part. We have to enter biofeedback. Diet culture tells us to ignore hunger and disconnect from our body. We have to control our body. Your body, my friend, is not something that needs to be fixed. It just needs to be understood. And biofeedback is the key to understanding what your body is saying to you about food, about your sleep schedule, about your stress level, about how you're taking care of it. We have to know how to identify, read, and respond to biofeedback. But again, this is a crucial piece of the puzzle, but it isn't the full equation. We have to have the values work. You know the why, which is your values. When we know the why behind the how, it gives you direction, it gives you purpose, it keeps you focused when instant gratification must be delayed. It helps you set and respect boundaries. So it invites you to grow and take your health to the next level because you have a reason. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your career, maybe it's longevity. That reason is what helps us piece together biofeedback and nutrition science and be in charge of our health and have intentionality behind it. Guys, this is empowered eating, and it has taken me 2 undergraduate degrees, a master's degree, a lot of years to get here. And I want to teach you how to do it in a much easier way in 12 steps. I want to save you the headache of doing it the wrong way, which is why I've mapped it out for you inside the Empowered Eating Method. You can find out more about this program, the 12-step program, at jessbrownrd.com. Click on courses. And if you're feeling like, I'm ready for this, I want to know these steps, I want to know the roadmap, like I understand those 3 pieces, but I don't know how to piece it together, snag it today, because today is the last day it's on sale. You can get $100 off by entering summer at checkout. That'll knock $100 off the price right off the top for you. And all of you taking me up on this invitation, you guys are going to be invited to a one-time live group kickoff call. I'm doing this extra special because this is my new program. We've moved all my former students into this program, so I just felt that June would be a really, really good time to have a live kickoff call and see you guys face to face. I want to cheer you on. I want to be there as you start your empowered eating journey. So yeah, anyone who takes me up on that sale and gets in there now will be invited to that live kickoff call. Okay, let's talk about expansive energy. Now, the word expansive energy is a little deceiving in and of itself, because energy, as we know from the law of physics, cannot be created or destroyed. Like, it has to come from somewhere. So in order for us to take our energy level from 10 units to 20 units, we can't just pull that out of thin air. It has to come from somewhere. And so there are two ways I like to help clients expand their energy by taking more in. So number one, bottom line, is glucose. We have to have enough glucose in our system to not only fuel our metabolism, fuel our workout, fuel our day. We also have to have enough to fuel our brain. It takes everything in our body, takes glucose. And glucose, my friend, comes from carbohydrate. Now, one of the things about glucose that we have to be mindful of is balancing that blood sugar evenly throughout the day. It's super important that we are eating consistently. Like, if we wake up in the morning and don't give maybe we have a breakfast, but then we don't give ourselves anything to eat until like 1 or 2 o'clock, sister, your body needs more glucose than that. We need stuff throughout the day. This is why in the very, very first step of the empowered eating method, before we dive into biofeedback, before any of it, I ask all my students to eat every 2 to 4 hours. What this does is it regulates your blood sugar so you have a better chance at actually hearing your body's biofeedback. When we are not regulating glucose, we're not giving it that regularly, we're already overriding the system. We're overriding the model. And so we don't even stand a chance to hear and interpret biofeedback accurately because we're in the red. We're operating in the negative. So that's number one, is we have to have enough glucose and have it consistently throughout the day. Whenever I talk about glucose, I often get the questions, well, doesn't it matter what kind? Like, aren't there different kinds of carbohydrates? So here's my take on it. All food breaks down to the same glucose molecule. So whether you have a donut or a sweet potato, that is going to break down to the same glucose molecule in your bloodstream. However, through that process, your body may pull different things. So if I have a donut, my body doesn't pull much except glucose and some dietary fat. That's about all I get, plus joy, which is very, very important, right? We value that here in the empowered eating method. But if I look at the sweet potato, I'm getting fiber, I'm getting phytonutrients, I'm getting B vitamins, I'm getting potassium. So my body's pulling more from that sweet potato. When I sit down to eat and I think about the reason I'm eating, am I eating because I need a glucose bump? Am I eating because it's lunchtime and I need to continue my energy throughout the day? Or am I eating because I'm taking my boys to get donuts for funsies and I'm not actually hungry? It's just something I'd like to share with them. When I go in with that empowered eating mindset, it allows me to evaluate what the carbs are giving to me and how they're giving back. So another thing I like to do in the empowered eating method is actually look at the carbohydrates and learn how they give back. Like, when I choose to eat this type of carbohydrate, why am I choosing it and what is it giving to me? Not so much of like, what do I get out of it? So to answer the question, are there good or bad carbs? I don't play that game. I just don't. There's no moral compass on food. Rather, I want you to learn how to interpret carbs and find ones that love you back. Okay, so that's number one. We get expansive energy. We up our energy resources by making sure we are getting consistent glucose throughout the day and learning which carbs love us back. The second way we can expand our energy may surprise you. Now, as a dietitian, I have been trained. Food first. You don't need supplements, just food first. This is my opinion. This is my take on it based on how I interpret the science and what I've seen and personally experienced. So take it or leave it. But I think that actually when we combine quality food with supplements, we can do ourselves an incredible favor. I think this is where we can take nutrition science and what we know in the modern era and take our health to the next levels, and we can expand our longevity. We can take better care of our health. Maybe we can correct some imbalances. So I am a dietitian that does believe in supplements. However, I believe in customized supplements. We have to know which ones you need. I see a lot of people, just following influencers and buying a whole supplement stack without even knowing why they're taking them, without getting a medical opinion and insight on it. But when you do and you get that tailored supplement stack recommendation, magic happens. And let's look at a few. So vitamin D, for example. If vitamin D falls low, what the research shows us is that we need therapeutic supplemented doses to recalibrate those vitamin D levels. It's really, really hard if your vitamin D is low to just go out in the sun for 15 minutes and see that vitamin D come back up. So vitamin D is one I always like to look at, but I like to look at it and recommend it based on what vitamin D levels have been in the past. Take creatine. I mean, if you listen to yesterday's episode, we talked about creatine and how powerful it is. And the research is showing specifically for women, it can do some incredible things and help us counterbalance some of the things that come with aging, some of the decreased muscle response to workouts, some of our mood swings. Like that is a supplement I am so here for. And it really takes modern science and allows us to elevate our health capability. Another one's magnesium. Less than 50% of the population gets enough magnesium from food, which is about 200 milligrams per day. And the research shows that eating up to like 300-400 milligrams per day has gut health benefits. It may contribute to reduced anxiety. And let's just look at getting this from food. I mean, again, it's great to get it from food, but how can we hit those levels? So pumpkin seeds, if we had like a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds, that gives us about 156 milligrams. If we have chia seeds, it's about 110. So if we're looking to hit that 300-400 therapeutic dose, we're talking a lot of chia seeds here, right? Almonds is another one. About a quarter cup has 80 milligrams. So again, you can see we're looking at a whole cup of almonds, which I don't know about you, but I've done that before and it gave me serious constipation. So I do think finding this balance of having high quality foods with supplement can take our health to another level and allow us to access that higher energy status. I'm a huge fan of that. But again, do yourself a favor, work with a medical provider, talk to your doctor, talk to a dietitian. There are lots of amazing, amazing dietitians out there that can do a nutrition assessment on you and make an awesome, customized, specific to you recommendation. All right, friend, let's sum this up for you today. Okay, so we have met the healthiest version of you. We did that in day 1. We have talked about how to make this your strongest summer ever. I believe in feeling strong mentally and physically. And here today, we are talking about expanding that energy by balancing our blood sugar, getting enough glucose, getting it consistently throughout the day, and understanding our supplement stack, getting that customized to ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me the last 3 days for the Summer Step Up Challenge. I hope it gives you those skills to walk into the summer as an empowered eater. We have trips, we have swimsuits, we have chaotic schedules, we've got long days, and we are going to need to flex those empowered eating skills. Don't forget, if you want to walk through that journey step by step, I would love to do that with you. Snag the Empowered Eating Method for $100 off through the end of today. You can find that over at jessbrownrd.com. Click on courses, and again, you'll enter summer right at checkout to see that price fall. I am so glad you joined me today, sister. I hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. Cheers and happy eating. Gosh, I'm so glad you joined me today. If today encouraged you, would you take a minute and encourage me by leaving a review for the show? I read every single one of these reviews, and your words, they mean so much to me. This podcast is here to support you weekly, but it only scratches the surface. To learn more on how you can become an empowered eater, snag my free workshop, How to Eat Intuitively and Hit Your Goals Without Obsessing Over Food, at jessbrownrd.com. Don't forget to join me right here next Monday, where I cannot wait to fuel your awesome. Cheers, my sweet friend, and happy eating.